Hi.
How are you? I would just wait like for 5 minutes or so to see if anyone comes in here in Discord. And if no, it doesn't matter because I just wanted to capture the end play for the like YouTube. We don't have a YouTube endless mode gameplay on YouTube, so it's fine. Just like I think we can start in 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. No rush from my end. I've got all evening.
Great. Great, let's start. I'm sorry for the 5 minutes. I just want to make a nice cup of tea. Okay, let's continue on my previous save. I made during the previous showcase. It's the endless mode on the Prague map, and I would say it's like the late early game, maybe the mid game. Uh, I already expanded to some like parts of the map here, and mainly to Wilson Station. That's like main station on this map because a lot of intercity trains are going there. So it's like a great bunch of money. And right now, I would like maybe to continue with my unlocks and try to automate something and to show you how the automation works in the railroad. But like if you have any questions about the basics, I told a lot on during the previous one, during the previous showcase, so maybe I can repeat that during my play. But if you want to know something, just feel free to ask here on Discord, on voice, or in the chats on stream platforms or YouTube and Steam page. So let's like settle down on the map. No, I don't remember it already. It was like 2 days ago, so I just need to settle a little down. I showcased the new building code chart during the previous run, so you can see it in action right now. And maybe I will get to the unlocking of the code chart automation as well. That would be great to see that as well, because I haven't done a like regular playthrough with the automation, so I would like to test it as well. So like the next task was like to unlock the departure sensor, which will allow me to automate the departures from stations like Davice, Bubny, all other stations as well, but I will start with this ones, and maybe then I don't need to take care of this segment and can expand to these new stations down there. Like that's like my idea of how I would proceed this evening. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, let's also check the contracts. Like let's decline them right now, alls, and let's see what we will get. Okay, this train is sending here in the station, so like its last station, I will send it to coach yard and stable it here. Okay, there should be a label for how many trains are inside. It's somehow missing. Maybe it will show when there will be at least one train. I don't know. Okay, I think I upgraded all the interface unlocks before. These are pretty handy during your playthroughs, because like they allow you to do much better. You don't need to click so much. Like maybe every upgrade is saving you a clicks or things what you need to take care. So like you grow bigger, you have your things done easier. So right now I need like my experience points. I need 20 points for this unlock. I'm fine with the red ones, with the secondary experience points, with the red secondary experiences. So, and like they are awarded. You are getting your experience points from the contracts you are accepting. So this table you see like what every contract is giving you. Okay, let's take care of all the trains that need to go first. Great. Okay, I think we will be fine after this train. It's here. Yeah, this one is going much on time. Oh, I was wrong with this one. But it's okay. Yeah, great. I got the points, so I can unlock the automation actually and see I can do. Like now there's a new option to buy the automation for every platform in every station. But it's quite costly, and I think I don't, yeah, it's 25k, so I need some more money, and I need to focus more to not let the trains wait. Meantime, like, do you have more money? Maybe we can check some. Yeah, this one looks pretty interesting because of the payment. It's the Intercity train, like the fastest train in the game right now, and they are pretty good for the money. So maybe, yeah, the freights are great for the red currency, red experience points. But right now I need more money because to start the automation I will need to buy all the sensors here. So it's probably the good way to go is for the Intercity train right now. Yeah, let's go. It's from Podbaba, yeah, to Wilson, then back. Like I think every Intercity train on this map will need to go to the Wilson station. It's like the settings you can do in the map editor. So if you can create this kind of map like for yourself, your map, and this is one from the settings. How often or what's the probability of that station being like on these contracts? Okay, it will go from Podba, but it will be pretty crowded in here in a while, so I think I would wait a little. Maybe I can also like build this track because it's like this way is much shorter and faster than going through this station. So I would be given more money if I take care of it faster. So yeah, let's do it right now. I think got the money on hand. Yeah, that's great. Now we just need a good spot. Yeah. After these trains, no. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Okay, now the inside station is like blinking. That's the new thing in the next update. Like thanks to the code charts, you can like start your trains from inside the map. So right now it needs like dispatch this commuter from in here. Okay. So what's the station? Podpapa. Right. It will be in a few seconds. The train will come in here. Hi, whoever comes in here. It's Misha, the second developer of the game. Great to see you. Okay, I've been muted for a while. Okay, I can now like talk again. Maybe you catch that I accept that intercity train I wanted for money. So like let's make one more turn here, and I would probably start automation of these sections between Davids and Bubny.
I don't think we can see your mouse cursor. So
Sorry?
we
What you...
can't see your mouse cursor, so if you point at things, I think it'll
Ah, really?
I don't know if that is just Discord or on YouTube as well.
This for the Discord. Is it better for you?
Yep, that's better, thank you.
Great. Okay. It's unfortunate that I forgot to pause the game. But okay. But it's just something to solve. Hi. Just actually, I think it's better to run it on the platform, on a bad platform than delay the train, because like for a bad platform there is only money penalization, but like the more precious currencies are the experience points, so
how do you enable this layout?
which one?
This layout, this blue layout. When I play that, this is the other layout.
Like I don't know what you mean, the layout. You mean the map or something?
This blue thing, this time on the left, and this blue thing. I don't have this.
Ah, right. Yeah. Like that's not released yet.
Oh, okay.
I think like this update will be available in a week or two, and so you will have the opportunity to try it.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I was telling the differences or the main differences from the previous version on the previous showcase, but like I can I can go through them again because I think there is no one from the previous stream. So like maybe it would be better to also show you the like the previous part of the game, like the basics, like tell you how it's working, or I don't know. Yeah, just like if you want to know something, ask a question, or if you like don't know some like mechanics that are in here, just like feel free to ask whatever you want.
Can trains now automatically reverse in dead ends if they have to?
Yeah, like not in the dead ends. Dead ends. Probably no. I'm not
Like in
sure. Yeah. I know what do you mean.
okay.
Yeah, maybe we can try it. But I think they won't.
Okay.
Is that a good reason to it? Like,
It's manual work. I like to automate my games as much as possible so I can focus on building new bits. You know, and
right.
the
Yeah.
alpha that's currently released, you can automate pretty much everything except for reversing trains. So in the train at the center right now is a Bubny.
Right.
That one, you know, I build a big loop from platform 4 to platform 3 just so I could automatically let trains go in a circle. That
Yeah, right.
make the trains run slower a bit,
Yeah.
but it meant that I didn't have to do that.
Let's actually, how much is the automation? 25K. Yeah, like there's something has been solved, like from what what you said. So let's take a look on it. Just we need to 5 more K, and then I will be able to show you. But it's probably working in the previous version as well. If you like buy the automation for this station, the trains should be like turned automatically in the previous version as well.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I tried and it didn't work, but you know, obviously
Yeah.
I might have done something wrong.
Well, let's try it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just blocked a little this train by the new intercity, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it's not fine, but we need money right now, and this train will give us more than this one. But yeah, and I'm not paying the attention. Yeah, hopefully we can manage it like before this train will go in the opposite direction. So like I would like to start automating this section, and what means like we need to set the auto routes for every train, and like for that we can use the automation sensors, and we can like build them on the tracks over the track and connect each sensor to like to the signal, and the sensor can then like control the signal for you based on the train which is going over the sensor. So like it's like maybe you can like tell switch this signal to this track when the train is going to Holešovice, or set the signal to this track to this connection when it's going to Bubny. It's like I'm doing a lot of errors, like it should not happen, like to stop the intercity train. That's not good. Yeah, like we can buy our first sensor, and let's do it on the 4, yeah. And this one, it's like need to set up the routing table, and it means that if like train will go to Katowice, let's use this connection. I think like I created all my contracts to between these stations to be returning on the number on the platform number 1. So like it's handy now that I can use that knowledge.
You could do that already, can't you?
Sorry?
You can do that already. You don't need the routing upgrade.
Yeah.
Like Intercity 3010.
Uh-huh.
The signal it's approaching now, you could set a route to David's platform 1 and just set that to infinite.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Let's do that.
Sorry, I don't want to be a smart ass.
No, that's that was a good idea, yeah. Thank you for your help.
I'll shut up now.
No. Just like you can play with me, you know. It's a great suggestion. For those who don't know, like the auto signals can be queued. If you unlock the routing queue, you can queue your commands. So it's just like clicking next. You can see the queue in here, and these like are executed whenever this one is freed, like when they is white in terms of the game graphics. And also the second function is the how we call it, perpetual roads, and it means that this signal will be like clear to go for the whole time whenever it can reach the destination platform. Okay, let's go back to configure this sensor. Okay, we got one station to David said I'm not sure where the train's going from here, because like we need maybe 1 more hour loop. Like the trains are repeating every hour, so like if you play the game for a while, you will start to know what you expect, and maybe you will be surprised how many trains you can remember. That's why like I would like to make possible to change the name of the train. That could be helpful to remember more and just then know what to expect. But right now I don't know. I think like the trains are going to Masaryk station as well, but not from this platform. So it's like maybe it's useless to configure it to something else. David says enough. Yeah. But let's wait for some train to see it in action. Yeah, there's none. Maybe like we need more money, more money. Yeah. Let's see that we don't have space for this one right now, but maybe have some space in Vysočany. Yeah, let's I would take this one and go from Vysočany to Wilson. That will be a great choice for 18k. It's nearly one more automation sensor, so yeah, I don't need this other. Let's decline them and see what the random will get us next time. Okay, where are the trains? They are nowhere when we need them. Oh yeah, now there's a hell of trains everywhere. Why? Sorry. There's a noise. No. Sorry. I have to mute. You got something with your mic, like it was something like that. Yeah, so thanks for these suggestions. I think like we are fine to do this as well right now, and maybe we could automate this. Like I don't have upgrade for the routing sensor. Yeah, that would be the routing sensor I need. Can read description here. Like it's nearly the same sensor that you can build in a station, and you just this station sensor works for both signals on the platform, and that routing sensor you just connect with single signal. But then you can define a routing table, select like where the rest of the trains will go, and also this one is it's like for the coachart when the train is ending its timetable in the station, you can set the road to the coachart. Yeah, we are fine to go to Wilson right now. Let's do it. Don't wait. Maybe we can run 2 or more trains really fast to grab as much money as we can. Yeah, I should definitely wait a little because I didn't. It's not a problem. Just like yeah, I could wait a few seconds. So if you don't know, if you accept the contract, you are given a trial train, and the contract reward is based from how fast you can do the road. The faster the better. So it's like it's not cool to be in the station and stay there.
Well, later in the game, you can always unlock the contract management improvement and attune a bit to be so type description.
Yeah, the contract management.
Well, contract adjustments is called.
Like there's one missing piece for the contracts, and I was also talking about it before. Like if you upgrade something on your road, maybe like automate something or upgrade the signals or the track speeds, the contracts are still same, and there's no way to like optimize. You just need to delete the old ones, better the fulfilled one, because they are without any reject penalization, and then you can like create a new board or new traffic. It's totally cool. But like it will be easy to add a new research, and it will be just right here somewhere when you like be able to optimize the contracts automatically or by select. I want to improve this one, and the trial train will be like performed again, or like the last run can be taken as well. It's not decided yet, but like that you can upgrade your traffic automatically, and the reward would be also recalculated. So it's like the contracts can be active or like good ones from the very beginning of the game to the very end.
Yeah, well, if you are we're not emotionally connected to your contracts, it's always sufficient to just to delete the finished one and take another one and utilize that your railway is now much faster and obtain better reward.
Cool. So, money not flowing yet. Let's maybe go for another one. I will see the sensor, the automation sensor in action in a while. The train should be like reversed and the road should be created automatically from there. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's working. Great. Okay, I will play like without any talk right now, so if anyone wants to know something, just ask me. I will mute myself for a while, but I will play like for at least half an hour.
I just saw one of the upgrades, the freight handling yard. What does that do?
That's not part in the game yet because it's not finished. Like it's a planned feature, and I haven't disabled it yet.
Okay.
But for like it will be used for the freight trains. They're like they take or they go to the station and are staying on the platform for a long time, for some like long period, and this should help you to release or to free the platform. So like you will build it like something like the coach yard, and you can then run your freight through it instead of these platforms. So it's like the station extension, like the platform extension. You can send freights in it instead of the platform. So like you have freedom for the commuters. That's
Okay,
like
thank you.
Yeah, the principal difference here is that the freight platform, the train just waits until you need it again. And in the coachyard, the commuter trains and intercity trains just finish their schedule and disappear, like they disappear in the border stations, in the sinks. And then you can later use the cars or the train set from it, but with a different number. So the coachyard is a special sink for trains that finish their schedule, and the freight platform is just a big platform where the trains still exist and wait for unloading or loading being finished.
Cool. Thank you.
We are still thinking also about some shunting, and all this will change with shunting, but the ideas are not clear now how the shunting will work. There will be maybe some switching of the train to the shunting mode to go after it finished its schedule to go to the coachyard, or you will be able to convert it to some other train on the platform if you want, and if no there's no time to move it to the coachyard and back. Maybe there will be some option to switch the locomotive, or it could be also a obligation to change the locomotive, for instance, because the rest of the train's route is not electrified, so you'll need to change diesel locomotives. But as I have said, it's still unclear for us how will we do it.
It sounds like it could make for some real interesting gameplay.
Yeah, sure. It appears to be a game in a game.
Yeah.
Can have some big marshalling yard inside, yeah, maybe behind the freight platform.
Mm.
Expand it, you will see a big marshalling yard, and you can sort trains to the tracks based on the destination of the cars and so on. I have seen it also in some older simulator that each car of incoming train, even on the standard the passenger train, had its own own conversion, or you should reuse this locomotive for that train, and the first part of the train for some other train, and the rest for the third train. So it was a really interesting thing how the locomotives and cars mixed and created a new train sets for future use.
Shunting is like definitely the first future, the big future we should do, because like all what's in the game is ready for it, like the contract system or the new freight yard buildings, because like this building, this kind of building should be a little lower in the research tree, like. It's not the first unlock you can do, but the first unlock you can do is to build a few tracks in here and let the train goes there after they finish in the station. And you're fine to do that at the beginning of your gameplay, but like the more trains will go there, the less space you have for all these other things. So it's pretty good to upgrade and delete the tracks and build this coachyard where you can send the trains you just don't need right now. And that's all the shunting like what can do. It's not just only the like go there and don't need to do this loop, and I just can change the logo in front of the train from one side to another. But it's like these corner cases when one contract is ending, or the freight yard is somewhere in your plan.
Sorry to interrupt you. You have a train in the auto block section.
Oh yeah, that's
Going
no. That's yeah, that's like that's happening to me a lot, and I think it will need more user attention, and that's the trains in Autoblocks. Like I'm missing them all the time.
In fact, the shunting is already in the game. There is also a shunting signal that is the train controls the signal controls only the trains in the shunting mode. There is a function to detach the locomotive and to attach it again, but we locked it because there was no clear way, there was no simple way how to automate all this thing, and we felt that the automation is an important thing in the game to free your hands from some operations in a very uh, small section and to think big. So we locked the shunting, but well, we need to revisit this idea and make a gameplay with it. clearly see that I will not be able to play this big scenario without many more automation elements. I always tend to automate a section first and then to move further. But then I have a full. The automated section is also full of trains, so I cannot add anything more there, and the expansion is then very complex because I need to go via Holešovice and build a big piece of railway to add more trains because the Bubny station is completely full with the trains. So it's a fresh experience to see how Angel plays it and how he can handle the manual signals. I try to avoid very early in the game.
Yeah, I would not play that if I had some money, but
But the
but no
price-
money, and yeah, the price is like
The price is high. It takes a lot of time to.
I I
rely
also
on
sold
the-
one the previous run. Do you have some kind of money for the auto signal? I really love them. These are that's changing a lot. Yeah, it's saving a lot of clicks. This is the best upgrade. Like, make it first for every playthrough for me. But like a few days ago, I see a guy who played like he automated this section heavily, like the full automation and a lot of trains going there, and then he had like passive income and started to build the layout for all the map and then just like expand there on already full layout. So yeah, it's just everybody can play his game with this.
It's also a question if the game time, if it's a valuable resource or not. So if you just automate that part completely and play the game on the fast speed, and it just generates money and the experience points. If you just accept it, or if you try to manage to gain money and experience points in a shortest time possible. So you can also define your own challenge. Be to have to be a sprinter in the game, or just to ignore that it's that you just generate money by having the game running for some time.
My very first game, I was reasonably successful at the kind of starty bit between Davids and Bubny, and then decided to expand onto Wilson Station. And by then, I had my timetables so badly designed and so full that my intercity trains were delayed all the time. And then I got into a spiral because the intercity trains were delayed. They were costing me a lot of money, and I could never ever get out of the debt, so that I could
Yeah.
make any adjustments to the timetable, or actually fix my layout.
I think like the one thing we kept the penalty you can get for the train, like that was just too punishing, and also the expansion of the early game is much faster. It's it's really fresh. The new track price went down significantly. Like it costs less than half, and you can like expand as you see. So like that, it was not possible before. Like do you have, I don't know, I have like how many 20 contracts, and I'm like over here everywhere. It's like thanks to that. And I think it's really better. It's like freshened the early game of the game a lot. You can do more, I think. Like yeah, you can like there are new ways to play that.
In effect, in the real Prague railways, almost no trains go, no intercity trains go to Masaryk station. Almost no intercity trains goes from Davice. Mostly the local trains go there, and the intercity trains go from Podbaba, that is from Germany, from Dresden, and then they continue to Biechovice. They are going towards east, so the European corridor goes this way, and it's quite common for the intercity trains to switch locomotive in Wilson station. So they arrive there, and there is a new locomotive waiting for them. They just detach the previous one, attach the new one, and they go towards Libeň and Biechovice to go further to Slovakia or to Hungary or to Austria. So if you find yourself locked in Davice Bubny and full timetable between these two stations and the Masaryk station, you just go the northern way to connect Podbaba with Holešovice and Wilson station. It also historically it's after the connection between Holešovice and Libeň was built, many intercity trains between Germany and Hungary stopped only in Holešovice and didn't go to Wilson station or the Prague main station because of the engine switch that would be needed there, and also there were the rails between Wilson station and Libeň were sparse, so they needed to rebuild a big railway junction to allow the intercity trains, to go to the main station.
Interesting. Do you in Czech really call the Wilson station Wilson station?
No, it was called the Wilson station after the First World War, for the honor of the American President Wilson, because he was very influential in the creation of Czechoslovakia. But then during the Nazi occupation, they changed the name to I think the main station or the Vltava station, I don't know. And then during the communism, Wilson was not popular again, so they again changed the name to the main station, and we went to the old name because we liked them. We liked the game, so we liked the name. So it's maybe it's the only station that is not named according to the current naming. Also, the Masaryk station was renamed during the both occupations, or the Nazi occupation and the communism time, but it received the old name after the communism fall. So it's Masaryk name again.
Mm-hmm.
There were also ideas that they will destroy it, and all trains will go to the Pilsen station, because in fact they are very close together. You can walk 5 minutes to go from Maastricht station to Pilsen station, but there are some connections that are not possible in reality. For instance, you cannot go from the Pilsen station to directly to Bubny and Davice in reality. So the Maastricht station still is important, especially for the railway towards Davice and further to Haguenau. So the conclusion was that the Maastricht station will be dedicated for the commuters, for the local trains, and then Maastricht station, the main station, will be for the long-haul trains.
Did you ever find out now, Angel, whether the departure automation automatically turns trains around?
Yeah, you can see it right now. Like
Mhm.
this train will be turned.
Full zoom, please.
After a minute. No, yeah, after a minute.
Ta-da!
Yeah, here
Oh,
we go.
cool. Thank you.
But at first, I like understand that by that end you meant something like this. You know, if you send a train in here, that
Oh, I see.
if it turns or not, and
Yeah.
yeah, it does not.
Yeah, no. I know I said dead end. So, yeah. I meant terminus.
Okay. And now, like, if I get 50k, I will build a coachart in here, and I will accept these GC contracts. These are pretty, like, a lot of money. Also, I will be able to run the trains from it back to the border station, and I will be granted the red currency that, like, is really much in need right now.
Yeah, the train that originates in Coachyard is rewarded one red point because it's quite complex to handle the Coachyard stuff. So you have to have a train that goes to the Coachyard. Then you have to have a contract that reuses the train, and after you reuse the train from the Coachyard and dispatch it without any time penalty, you will be rewarded one red point because it's quite a complex thing to do. And also the money reward is higher because the contracts are approximately the same reward, but you have just one leg of the journey of the train. So with one train going there and one train going back, you will have twice the reward of the contract that goes there and back again because it's more complex to handle this type of traffic.
there like a list of like incomes and expenses you've had?
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Unfortunately.
On the courtyard, we can see the icon, the indication that it's unbalanced. It means that either there are more trains that are coming to the courtyard, or more trains that are outgoing from the courtyard, or specifically more contracts. So either the courtyard will fill with trains, or will be depleted of trains. So we should rebalance it by accepting some other contract that reuses the train, because either we will have many trains there after some time of playing, or what could be worse, all trains will go out and we will not have a train to make another train from it. So the rebalancing of the courtyards will be one of the important things for the gameplay.
I missed the bit where you built the courtyard. Is the courtyard kind of directly connected to Wilson Station, so it knows what trains go to Wilson Station?
Yeah, like if you bulldoze, you see that you're building it for that station. There is already one, so you can build another. It's just a limit per station. Yeah.
Okay, so just a few tiles away and it'll automatically know. Ah, yeah, cool. do spare trains have to go into a coach yard, or can you just swap them over in the station?
Not
Ah,
for yet. No
Yeah,
for
they
yet.
need to go there, but
Mhm.
that's where the shunting will goes handy.
Mhm.
Like you will be able to switch the train directly. So
One of the reason is that this kind of conversion is you can easily automate it. So you can set after some unlocking the coachyard automation, you can set up a rule that the coachyard dispatches the train according to their schedule with some advance, and you can set up everything to be completely automated. But the conversion of the train platform will require another automation element there on the platform, some auto train converter, and it will bring a new challenge, because again you will have the fixed schedule and the fixed conversion rules that will fail in the first moment. You will have some delay there or something like this. So for now, as a proof of concept, it was easier to have the coachyard that converts the trains.
Mhm. So at the moment in Masaryk,
yeah, you're
if
right.
if the train just leaving on platform 2, if you had to get that into the coach yard, you would have to manually shunt it back and forth
Yeah,
to platform 1, and then
yeah, yeah, probably. Or like I just built it too close to the station.
Mhm.
Like it's not a good placement. It was like the fast one, I think.
Yeah, of course.
If you send a train to the coachyard accidentally, for instance, that should go, for instance, to Vysočany or anywhere else, you will have a big penalty because you missed the station. So the train will disappear there, and you will have a fine
Mhm.
for missing its stations. Because the coachyard is in fact a sink for trains. They
Mhm.
end there.
Similar to when I send a normal train just to the wrong station.
Yes.
Mhm. I think you mentioned delays just a minute ago. At the moment, all the trains coming in from outside are always on time, aren't they?
Yes.
Is that something you've considered playing around with? Just
Oh,
a minute or two delay to make it
Yeah.
a bit more.
it's actually it's strange that we haven't had this kind of suggestions yet. Suggestion yet. It's like yeah.
Well,
But
I
it
would
would
be
be
the first one
hard.
to
It
suggest
would.
random delays.
It would be hard to play. Yeah.
It would be very hard.
But maybe an interesting part of the game, like that could be one of the map settings actually, like to set you some kind of difficulty.
It's manageable if you play it without the automation. So you can accommodate the delay somehow. But I'm pretty sure that with a fully automated map, any delay will cause big propagation of some
Yeah, that could be like
automations.
probably yes with the current state of the automation, but like if we manage to somehow like, broaden the possible sensors we got, I think like the delayed scenario like could be possible to automate as well somehow. Not yet sure, but like you know with some advanced connections. But that's like the really far future, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with other simulations like SimSig.
Yeah.
Their more complex ones have they do have automation all built into it, and they spent a lot of effort getting the AI behind the scheduling and track occupancy kind of as clever as they could, and it still regularly fails because the complexities of lots of trains being more or less delayed and propagation like Miso, sorry, what's
Mishoids. Okay.
Mishwitz. Okay, I'm sorry. It ripples, and it does break a lot of things, I think. So, yes.
But on the other way, one of the challenging things on these games is that you always fix some mess somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's then after you fixed it, you have the good feeling that it was hard, but
But actually, this kind of future, like I'm looking forward to test it, how it goes, how it's played on this map with the random delays. I think like it's really easy to prototype that, you know.
So, to me, kind of playing SimSig, that it makes the operational aspect a lot more interesting. In Railroute at the moment, because the timetable is perfect, you spend some effort automating it, and then you move on and build new stuff. So the interesting part in Railroute is designing new track layouts and optimizing existing ones, whereas with delays, there's actually kind of a motivation to do stuff manually because you have interesting problems to solve, like which train should I put in first? If I move this in first, all
Yes.
these other ones will get blocked, and I'll have a traffic jam.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
ages. So
Yeah. Like as I said, if you can adjust these settings, it can really change your gameplay you will be given. So I think it's a really easy thing we can implement. Like I think, you just set that time of arriving, just you shift it a little, and we are there. We got that in game.
Yeah, there could be also a special reward for reducing the delay. For instance, imagine a long-haul intercity train that arrives at Podbaba and after some time disappears in Biechovice, and it arrives with 10 minutes delay, and if we manage to shorten it to 5 minutes, we will get, for instance, some premium in money or in experience points that as a reward for reducing the delay of the train. And it could be also that the player will be looking forward for the delayed trains because they will bring some very rare resource, or some other the third experience point that will be awarded only for managing the delayed trains, for instance. But it's just they're just ideas.
of course. Yeah. Another random idea could be events of bad weather. So you wouldn't have to manually go into the settings and change the difficulty when you're fancying some operational challenge. You're happily building away, and then something happens, and you kind of the experience gets shaken up a bit by you having to spend a few minutes sorting out delays and fixing things.
Yeah, maybe some like the global button to shut off the automation in some section and solve that like manually. Yeah, This would be great.
It could be the freezing switches event in the game that every switch switches not always, but you should click many times to switch the switch. And
Click to unfreeze the switch.
click many times. To
Click
switch
many
it.
times.
So it would be better to turn off the automation and to hand over manually. And sometimes maybe it would be better for your trains just to turn part of them in the border stations to go back to reduce the mess. As in fact in reality there was a big freezing event in Prague several years ago. Everything was frozen, the trolleys were frozen, so the train stopped everywhere. The people spend it the whole night sometimes in frozen trains, and then the next day they pulled everything they have with the diesel engines to pull long haul trains. So the old engines, the diesel engines from the 70s, pulled the intercity trains, and even older engines or the shunting engines pulled the normal trains. It was a pity for the railway enthusiasts that they didn't use the steam engines for some trains.
Cool.
But they didn't. They just used the very old engines. So every railway enthusiast was happy to shoot pictures of these ones as a reminiscence of the good old times when this locomotive called the Vindobona intercity train in 60s or 70s.
You mentioned earlier that at least for intercity trains, you get less money if the train takes longer in the trial.
Yeah, that applies for every train type.
Okay.
But like my idea is to make that like matter more. Uh, you know, like if you are faster, you should be the reward should be much higher. So like we can then make the optimization also the part of the gameplay for like for those who want. So just like another way to play that game.
Now it's quite hidden in the game because nobody noticed that the reward listed in the list of offered contracts is, for instance,
There should be up to. Like,
up to, but then you can once you finish the trial, you get half, for instance. And there is also a dialogue in the game that after you finish the trial that asks you if you accept the contract for this reward. So originally offered 10,000, but now you can pay 4,000, for instance, based on the trial duration. But in this level, in this map, it's switched off. So you do not confirm each contract after the trial because it was quite complex and annoying for the player to be asked if he accepts the contract. So the logic is there, the reduction of the payment is there, but it's quite hidden, so nobody notices that there is this thing.
I did notice that. I was just wondering how that went. How that came to be. I noticed it in my own game, but assumed it was because it was an alpha. I assumed it was just a bug that the menu said 22, and actually you get half that. It's an interesting mechanic. Is it showing in the menu what the penalty is? So if you look at
that's actually a good suggestion. There should be, like I think there should be like what's the current, but what's the max right now? Yeah, there's that's it's not there.
Yeah. So similar to how what you just showed in the list of active contracts.
Yeah.
Where it says the delay penalization penalty. Is it the same amount for fresh contracts?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Two system. There is some random that generates this penalty. Basically, the value is lower for the commuter trains, higher for the intercity trains. It should be eligible for the freight trains, for instance, and it's not anyway connected to the penalty or the reduction of the payment based on your travel time on the map. So these two concepts of penalization mixed together. One is the first one, the per contract, is computed once after you finish the trial, and the second penalty is for each stop in each station for each train of the contract.
And if I'm looking at new contracts, currently I have no way of predicting how much I'm going to get.
Yeah, well, you should get the full reward if the train can go full speed, basically. So if you have if your tracks have the low speed of 40 kilometers per hour, you can expect something around 1/3 of the full amount, or 1/2 of the full amount. After you
Mhm.
upgrade your tracks to the speed of the train, and the prototype doesn't wait anywhere for any unneeded time, so it goes there and back, or it just goes, you can expect the full reward.
Mhm. That doesn't take into account distance or anything. It's just average speed.
Uh, it it does, I think. It does.
Okay.
It computes the expected time to fulfill the timetable, or to fulfill the schedule based on the distances between the stations and the speed of the train. It doesn't take into account the actual track layout. There is a distance table in the game that says that Vysočan is 7 kilometers from Masaryk station, for instance, and
Mhm.
it computes the time based on this, and it compares the time with the time you achieved for the prototype on the trial train, and
Mhm.
then it somehow evaluates how much you will be offered.
That distance, is that part of the scenario editor, or is that calculated from the map in the game as we're seeing it now?
It's computed in this game, in these levels that have building enabled. The distance is computed from the layout of the map without the railways that are built. So
Mhm.
each square here is 100 meters, I think,
Mhm.
and each square in the autoblock section, the dashed one, is 1 kilometer. So it computes the distance when the game loads.
Mhm.
The map is created. It also computes the distances between the stations, and then it uses this information for the contract computations. It also prefers shorter contracts based on the distance to be generated more frequently, and so on.
Fascinating.
There are many things we created and then abandoned, or they are just some relics in the game mechanics that were important for different game modes. In fact, the first game mode was a level with fixed railways and a schedule. It's still supported in the game, and we have the community levels with these mechanics. Then it was the Prague map was created with all the rails there, and then we needed to create a contract generation because we were unable to create the schedule by hand. So we went the contract generation way, and then the newest game mode is the free play, because then we created the building functionality, so we can delete every rails from Prague, and just let the short connection between Davids and Bubny to start with, and to expand. I'm afraid the original Prague is already deleted because after some changes in the how the map is stored, we were unable to load it again, so we just deleted it. But with the editor, it can be recreated quite easily.
Mhm.
We also consider the option to provide the same Prague map, but to start in some other section on the opposite side, because I think to have everything connected, it's hours of playing the game.
Mhm.
All stations there, and for many players, the casual players, it will be refreshing to just start elsewhere, because they will never connect everything with everything there. And
Mhm.
also for the player that will play it for a long time, it could be just a different, or it could be also a different, very different experience to start, for instance, with the Masaryk, Libeň, Pěchovice part
Mhm.
that is quite old in Prague. In fact, the oldest railways in Prague from the 19th century, the oldest was in fact a railway going to Davice, and it was pulled by horses. And that is in fact the reason why the game starts here. And the oldest steam railway was Běchovice-Libeň Masaryk station, that was built in the half of 19th century, and then quite quickly they expanded it from Masaryk station via Bubny to Podbaba and further to Germany. And then in the center of Prague, they built the triangle. It's also on Zdenek's on Angel's plan. West or east towards Masaryk station, there is a triangle.
Mhm.
It's there also in reality. So they built in the middle of the 19th century. They built the connection between the right part of the triangle for the freight trains not to go to Masaryk station and to have the engine pulled to the other part of the train just to continue to Germany. So it's the oldest history of how railways were started in Prague.
I can see this being really interesting for experienced players when if you start a scenario with just one random station somewhere on the edge of the map,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to build it yourself.
I see, because we selected the Davice and Bubny.
Mhm.
There is a small tutorial how to play the game.
Mhm.
We needed some place where to create a tutorial. But if you are already if the tutorial is already done, you just can start everywhere. If you have enough money, you can just play the game from every border station.
Something that I quite like is when a game gives me an environmental challenge. So just put me down somewhere and say deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So in games. I don't know if you played some like Planet Coaster or something, which are very much sandbox. It's great for people who just wanted to build. I personally very much enjoy problem solving. So, give me the sandbox, make it difficult, and then say, now deal with it. That's something that I quite enjoy. So hence the give me one random station at the edge, and now I have to make that work somehow. And then with every playthrough, it'll be slightly different, even though the map will be still the same. And if the blank map was completely blank, for me personally, the temptation would be far too big to kind of min-max a bit and go, well, I already know how this will go, and just start over here, and rather than actually giving myself a challenge, because I'm too lazy for that.
Yeah, I see.
Obviously, that's just my personal something that I like.
It could be also a special game mode
Mhm.
that the game just gives you 2 border stations.
It's actually if you make a community endless map, I think it's just starting differently to Prague that you can buy 2 stations and it will start there. So it's actually in there. Like we can make, or everybody can make the Prague layout without the start stations, and it's working right now. I think like it's
Oh, cool.
really possible. Because you need to buy 2 stations at the beginning, or you are allowed to buy 2 stations for free.
Mm-hmm.
You actually maybe can buy 3, but you won't have money for tracks in between. I think.
Mm-hmm. I guess to try it out, I could just start with that map, then roll a dice to work out which stations I should be starting on.
Yeah, like I hope we will see more endless maps than Prague in the future. Like there were some problems creating them in the previous version, but now I think all the issues were fixed. So it's possible to create them and test them. So like Prague can be just one example. We can have all the maps for all the big cities or whatever. Like it's everybody can create one, right? And play this because you can configure the contract generator, so then it's like random for you.
Mm-hmm.
But not so random. It's like I don't know, something in between. Because if you give some rules, and maybe we can work on that as well, like to allow more configuration of this. And we also plan to include more train types, like the regional trains or something, or VIP trains or something, like different kinds of the setting for type of contract and type of train. And it will also it could add more variety to the game, or more challenges as well.
Mm-hmm.
It could be also a quite a different game mode if the game says, okay, uh, here are 2 border stations, connect them, and clearly you don't have money for connecting them directly, so you will have to have trains, build, expand, earn money, but the game will be ended once you connect these 2 stations. They could be uh, quite far away, but it will also change how the player thinks about the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because here you just want to spread everywhere and to have the big working railway. If you will be tasked with the job to connect Podbaba
Yeah, that's
with, I don't know, Radotin. You will focus on it, and you will just try to earn money to do it. And it will
Mhm.
also provide a shorter game for if you just want to have it, for instance, finished in one evening, and also it provides some place for the some sprint competitions. So
Mhm.
I managed to connect Podba with Radotin in before 12 o'clock, for instance.
yeah,
Oh, 12 o'clock within the game.
Yeah, 12
yeah.
o'clock within the game.
It's actually like one improvement for the map editor or like Discord maps. That's something uh, that could also solve this kind of problem you were talking about. Is allow a player to include the events for the map. He can just include some, I don't know, key points of what you do or what will happen in this time to the player. So like these kind of scenario should be possible to create by that. Like to say him, hey, let's connect these two stations, and then he could just like do some actions based on the events that this station was connected to that station as, and so on. So like yeah, the ability to create kind of story-driven maps and so on.
Mm-hmm.
I will give it like 15 more minutes and then I'll probably end my play.
Sure.
But yeah, I did pretty nicely. I built a courtyard in Wilson and managed to do like 3 commuters inside, 2 outside, and this is the only error I'm getting this evening. So it's pretty cool because we are close to the demo release, so we will have the opportunity to play this map and this game. I think like there won't be all the features in here. We disable some of them, and you know you will have to wait for the early access release. That's not far, so yeah, but not close as well. So yeah, but I haven't worked on the automation pretty much because I'm short of money and I'm doing everything else but the automation. But like yeah, I probably need more rounds around to build some solid automation in here. But they are just some starting blocks, and I think maybe I will finish it next time. I'm not sure. Maybe I will try go from the beginning again to see the very early of the game. I'm not sure. So like see you, I will play for more 10 minutes and then bye. But I probably will mute myself again.
That's all right. Cool. Thank you very much for the demo.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming.
Sorry, guys, I was away from the computer. Now I have to disconnect. So thank you very much for your feedback. And have a nice evening.
You too. Thank you very much for the demo and for explaining all these things.
Yeah, it was a pleasant evening for me. Thank you.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye, Misha.